Studies, including ones from Harvard Medical School, show that guided imagery is a powerful tool in reducing the impact of chronic pain, not by eliminating it, but by transforming the way you experience it. So, what is guided imagery exactly? It's a mind-body technique where you use visualization, guided either by a recording, practitioner, or your own imagination, to picture calming, peaceful experiences. Think of it like mental storytelling with purpose. You might imagine walking through a forest, sitting beside a waterfall, or even floating in space. The idea is to engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel, even smell or taste in that imagined scene? This technique is used widely in stress reduction, trauma therapy, and increasingly chronic pain management. How does guided imagery affect pain? Pain is not just physical. It's a complex interaction between your body and your brain. And that's where guided imagery works its magic. Guided imagery affects several neurophysiological mechanisms involved in pain processing. Let's break it down. Modulation of pain perception. Guided imagery activates brain regions, like the prefrontal cortex and anterior cingulate cortex. These areas help regulate how pain is interpreted, so pain may still exist, but it doesn't feel as overwhelming. Relaxation response. When you deeply relax, your parasympathetic nervous system kicks in, slowing your heart rate, lowering stress hormones like cortisol, and making your body less reactive to pain. Release of endorphins. Guided imagery can trigger the release of endorphins, your body's natural painkillers. These are the same feel-good chemicals activated during exercise or laughter. Distraction from pain. By focusing your mental attention elsewhere, you shift awareness away from pain signals. It's not denial, it's redirection. Mood and emotion regulation. Chronic pain is deeply connected to emotional health. Guided imagery reduces anxiety and depression, both of which can amplify pain perception. What Harvard says about mind-body techniques. Now let's talk about what Harvard Health Publishing has to say. In an article titled 6 Ways to Use Your Mind to Control Pain, Harvard's experts explain that techniques like guided imagery, deep breathing, and mindfulness help retrain your brain to respond differently to pain. Pain, especially chronic pain, isn't just caused by tissue damage. Over time, your brain can become wired to feel pain, even after the injury has healed. Harvard's Dr. Ellen Slosby, from the Benson Henry Institute, emphasizes that everyone's mind responds differently to these techniques. That's why she recommends exploring several options, like guided imagery, yoga, or breathing exercises, and using what feels right for you in the moment. Dr. Slosby compares it to choosing a flavor of ice cream. Some days you want chocolate, other days it's vanilla. Same goes for pain relief techniques. The surprising clinical trial on guided imagery. A clinical trial involving adults with fibromyalgia, a chronic pain condition, revealed a surprising twist. The study, covered in a recent article titled The Surprising Truth About Guided Imagery, tested a 6-week guided imagery program. They expected to see reduced pain scores, but they didn't. There was no significant change in reported pain intensity compared to the control group. So, was it a failure? Not even close. Here's the real takeaway. Self-efficacy improved significantly. That means participants felt more confident in their ability to manage their pain, even if the pain itself hadn't changed. Functionality in daily life increased. Participants reported they could do more, cook, walk, work, without being as limited by their symptoms. The amount of time spent practicing didn't matter. Once participants learned the technique, the benefits stuck. It was like learning to ride a bike. You don't need hours of practice every week to keep the skill alive. So, how can you start using guided imagery yourself? All you need is a quiet space and a few minutes. Here's a basic beginner's routine. Find a quiet space, sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Inhale through the nose, hold and exhale slowly through the mouth. Begin to imagine a peaceful scene. A quiet beach, a mountain lake, a garden at sunrise. Engage all your senses. What does the air smell like? What sounds do you hear? Can you feel the breeze? If your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Use a word like refresh or peace to guide your focus. You can also use free guided imagery apps or YouTube tracks. Just search for guided imagery for pain relief and try a few options to see what resonates. Redefining pain relief. We often think of pain relief in terms of numbers, cutting pain scores, reducing inflammation. But what if we measured relief differently? What if the true success of a technique like guided imagery isn't about making pain disappear, but about helping you show up more fully in your life despite the pain? That's the real power here. When you feel more confident, when you function better, when you're not overwhelmed by anxiety or despair, that's real healing. Please remember, guided imagery is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Consult your doctor before starting any new health practice. If this video helped you or someone you love, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll continue exploring natural, science-backed approaches to healing and wellness.